Woody Allen's Decades in Film.
A podcast about the incredible filmography of one of the most prolific and most controversial filmmakers of our time. From Redneck Cella Studios, A&B in Hong Kong, we are your hosts, William Melvin and Q.
What's up, everyone? This is What Would You Do? William Melvin and Q, and we are back. We just saw Broadway Danny Rose from 1984. So, Q, give us the lowdown for this wholesome film.
So we're really just diving into it, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
So as William has said, we just saw Broadway Danny Rose, a film that was released in 1984, and this movie sees Woody Allen playing the titular role of Danny Rose, a low-status talent manager who manages has-been low star Lou Canova.
Lou Canova,
played by Nick Apollo Forte. He gets caught up in Lou's affair with the over-dramatic Tina, played by Mia Farrow. And as Will has said, just a few seconds ago, I think this probably is the most wholesome role that Woody Allen has played in all the films I've seen him in.
Right. Even the movie itself, right? It's just yeah. Outside of the Houdini, the escape artist wriggling joke, which is still kind of it's still pretty tame, right? It's still
that scene was the most risque it's ever been.
Yeah, but it's nothing, right? This is nothing. It's nothing. But this film, I think, is like a charming film. But what do you feel? How do you feel after seeing this film for the first time, Q?
I mean, I like it. I think this film is good. This film is good, like all around good. Like it's not. It doesn't try to be deep, but it just basically,
right.
You know how the setup came. How in the first scene, the setup of the story was these bunch of comedians or talent managers or whoever they are.
They're real stand-up comedians.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, of that era.
Really?
Yeah. So if I mean we're not from that time, obviously, so we don't recognize the faces, but apparently these are popular stand-up comedians.
Really?
Around
That's amazing.
This time. Yeah.
So if that were in today's thing, that would be like Chappelle, Mulaney, and those guys talking in a.
It's Jerry Seinfeld in there.
Seinfeld.
Right. It's Bill Burr. It's these people. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's okay. That makes more sense now to me because so they were basically exchanging Danny stories.
Yeah.
And it's so, and then finally it ends on this guy. He tells the longest Danny story, and it's all about how Danny's kind of like a legend and an all-around good guy, and that's why I said that this movie was good. Not it wasn't an excellent movie. It's
not Manhattan good.
Manhattan
good. Yeah.
but it's all about goodness is what I was trying to say.
Right.
Yeah. So I liked his character because it's not that he didn't. Okay. This would sound like I'm describing him like a flat character, but this is the first time I saw Woody's character have a single motivation to help.
Right.
So there wasn't really that motivation to get another girl or in other films that he starred in. He's always kind of like very multifaceted and very not that this character isn't genuinely possible, but it's always a lot more complicated. His characters are always a lot more complicated. And this time around, his character wasn't as complicated as those previous ones. That he kind of was just doing it and doing his job and doing and honest to goodness kind of like looking for talents to kind of like push.
Right. Yeah, yeah, right. I think it's because uh a lot of his films are rooted in like psychotherapy and stuff.
Yeah.
It's the study of human psyche. And because of that, you watch films like Manhattan or Annie Hall or
Mhm.
Interiors, or
Yeah.
the really really magnificent ones. I think it's all like this multi, as you said, multifaceted.
Correct.
It's a struggle of it's a telling of internal struggles, whereas this time it's a good old fashioned film.
Yeah. Yes.
It's a
Yeah. Yeah.
film.
Yeah.
It's a This is a story I wanted to tell, and he wanted it to be funny, and it was funny.
Correct.
There's a lot of jokes in here could pass for his earlier jokes, like the helium joke. Someone shoots a helium tank, and then they
You know,
start
you know what's
they
funny?
start
What's
speaking
funny
in
is
these.
that I was like, because okay. So the way, okay, so for those of you guys who are new to the show, the way that we show, the way that we discuss and watch these films. So we watch it right before we go on, and we basically just zoom it and just
Yeah.
watch the film over the internet. And so because my internet connection was a little bit choppy at some parts,
Yeah.
on in that scene where they were in that warehouse when the dude was shooting towards the gas, I was like, so I didn't catch the helium part
Oh,
until
really?
almost at the end of that scene, and I was
Okay.
like, did the sound change? I was like,
Yeah, yeah,
I
right,
was
right,
about
right, right.
to I was about to message you. I think the film kind of, and then I realized, oh shit,
Oh, that's the joke. Yeah, that's
that's
the
the
joke. Someone
joke.
shot the helium tank, and then they started speaking. And the thing is, like, he was threatening the guy. The guy was threatening Woody. Like, I'm gonna shoot you, and you're never gonna get out of here. But it's like, you're never gonna get out of here. It's like, well, going back to the point, like, this is a genuinely lighthearted. I mean, it's not
Yeah,
lighthearted
it's
like
very wholesome.
how what's the other lighthearted one? Midsummer Nights, a sex
Sex
comedy.
comedy. Yeah.
But this one is like it's more like a full meal that's
Correct.
delicious but light. That's the way I see it, because this is because the way it looks is like this is like the New York scenes are
Yeah.
as beautiful as a lot of them are as beautiful as the way Manhattan was shot.
Of
Of
course.
course,
Yeah.
it's like Gordon Willis and Woody Allen here. So
Sure.
it's there's still this tandem of like, let's make New York this
It's
whole
it's
beautiful
not gonna
place.
be ugly.
Yeah, right. And it's like um a, a lot of my notes here. I took note of, I love the way Woody stays on a character's face when they react. You remember this
Yes.
first scene with Lou and
Mhm.
Woody, where
Yeah.
Woody was like praising him and trying to pep talk him, like, you're great, you're awesome. And you kind of see the shift from like the annoyed Lou Canova to the shift to like, yeah, I'm great, right? I could do this.
Yeah.
And
You can literally see the pep talk
I
working
think he
through him.
did it
Yeah.
again for himself. Yeah. Yeah, and then he did it again like towards the end when Lou was telling him that he's gonna change management, and the camera just stays on Woody's face, and
Mhm.
you just see how he reacts. And
Correct.
it's like these are things that I love seeing these things when I watch a Woody Allen film. And I'm telling you that you're gonna see more of these
Oh,
as the films,
I'm looking forward to that.
the next films roll on.
Yeah, and I think for this film, I think this is the first time I I actually appreciated the chemistry between Woody Allen and Mia Farrow.
Mia, yeah,
For me,
yeah, yeah.
for me, this was of I think I think this is the third film which features Mia Farrow as one of the this is the
Yeah,
third film I've seen.
yeah.
And in the
As the
previous two,
muse, as the Woody
yeah,
muse. Yeah.
she wasn't as effective in, like, for example, in comparison to Diane Keaton.
Mhm.
So she
Yeah.
and this is the first time I've actually seen her in a new light.
Yeah, yeah. This is her. But remember the last episode you were telling. I want to see her, unleashed or unpacked.
Yeah. Correct.
Because Zelig,
So
Was a great film, but it's not about Mia Farrow.
it wasn't. It
she's
wasn't.
a peripheral character. Like
Yeah.
the showcase is the technical,
Correct.
the achievement of that film, and Woody's Zelig character. But this time it's like, this is a Woody and Mia film. Like Woody
Yes.
and Mia. This
Yeah.
is about them. Yeah.
And particularly those scenes where they don't have a care, like that adventure that they went on
Yeah.
when they were running away from the mob, and just their banter, and then when they when they were tied together, which I found really awkward, but at the same time it's really a visual comedy when they were wriggle. It was really
Wriggle,
a bit.
wriggle. Oh, you wriggle nice. You wriggle nice. What's the name of the escape artist? I think it's Shahar or
Yeah.
someone like the escape artist.
Something obscure sounding and Middle Eastern sounding. And I felt so bad when he visited what's his face, Barry Dunn in the hospital, and I was like,
Barney, yeah.
oh,
Barney
Barney Dunn. I'm like,
Barney.
oh man, I feel so bad for the
Worst ventriloquist.
5-year-olds boo
kids
him.
boo this guy. And I love how Mia Farrow was like, she was like, don't tell them, they're gonna kill him. And then he just says a random name like Barney Dunn.
Yeah.
And she's like, you rat. It's like,
and I mean, that's kind of like the best, that even in telling the mob that there was that he was diverting to another character. He, in his mind, Barney was on a cruise, so it was safe.
yeah, Barney's on cruise. He's safe.
He stayed. And that's why it felt so equally bad. So I'm like, poor guy, and he stutters too.
Yeah, he stutters too.
So I mean, it's a lot of that.
Yeah, but it's very light, right? Like it's a breeze watching this film.
It is. It's very easy to watch.
It's very easy, yeah.
Before we continue today's discussion, we'd like to invite everyone to follow us on our channels and social media accounts. What Would He Do podcast is available on Spotify, Anchor.fm, and other major streaming platforms.
Yes, you can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. All you have to do is visit our homepage at www.williamelvin.com/whatwouldydoo for all our links.
Or you can email us, and we'd love to have a quick chat with you at whatwouldydoo@gmail.com.
But yeah, I mean,
Poor Barney Dunn. Oh,
that I wonder who. Let me see who played that dude. Barney Dunn. Oh my god, it's fun. Herb Reynolds.
Yeah, Herb Reynolds. I think this is his only significant role, if I'm not mistaken.
It is, I think.
Regardless, he was a very, very charismatic presence in this film.
Yeah.
It's a very enjoyable run as Barney Dunn. But speaking of enjoyable and significant, I think Nick Apollo was great in this film.
Oh yeah.
You know how he got this role, because he's an independent. You know how we see ourselves, or at least before I got signed to a record label. It's like the independent
Yeah, yeah.
musician, right?
Oh,
So
he's an
Nick
independent
was that.
musician.
Yeah, he
Okay.
was. So he produces and distributes his own songs, his own albums. Two of
Okay.
them are featured in this film, My
Yes.
Bambina and Agita, the de facto
Oh,
theme song of this film.
the fast one. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So these are original songs by Nick, and um, Woody's casting director, Julia Taylor, just heard his album, like saw his album on Broadway, listened to it, and looked at the guy and said, "We have to get this guy for that role." Apparently, according to our friends from Woody Allen pages, the book that he sent us, this role was offered to Sylvester Stallone. I can't imagine this film with Sylvester Stallone. It's like, I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I can see
Look
it.
wise, probably. I mean,
Yeah, look wise
if
because I mean it's
Sylvester
Italian.
Stallone was
Yeah.
there, yeah, they're probably gonna lip sync him, dub his singing role or something. I don't know if
He
Sly
sings.
Stallone can sing, but I don't imagine it. But this guy is legitimately good. Like, he's a good
Yeah, yeah,
singer.
yeah.
He's a great presence. I love this guy. Uh, I love this guy here, and I think this is his only significant film role too.
It is. It is.
I would have loved to see him in other films. I think he passed away already.
He has.
If you could
He
double
has.
check that,
Nick
yeah.
Nick Apollo
But
Forte. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He has.
yeah.
He,
Uh,
he died last year, 2020,
oh, last
which was a,
year. Oh
yeah,
my,
last
yeah.
year, which is
Oh my.
a
So
little
when I
unfortunate.
first saw this film in like 2016, he was still alive back then. It was just like,
Yeah, yeah.
this is my third time to watch this film, and uh, and my favorite scene in this film, and
Mhm.
probably one of my favorite Woody scenes too, is the last scene, the Thanksgiving dinner. I
Yes.
love how that scene was, how it built up to that scene. Barney Dunn was
Yeah.
there. He was stuttering. The blind xylophone player was there.
All of his
The woman who
talents were there.
plays the glasses.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like the balloon folders are there, and then Mia Farrow shows up. It's just it's this whole heartwarming,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's the aw moment. That's you think this film could be shown to a first time Woody Allen viewer, because I think we've seen
I
enough
think so. I
of
think so.
of Woody,
Yeah,
right? You've seen enough of Woody.
yeah. It has to me. It has all the qualities of a good film, of a real. I mean, of a
Oh
generic
yeah,
kind of like feel good movie. I mean,
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
it has a loser redemption arc,
yeah.
right?
Right. Yeah,
It has conflicts. It has good
yeah,
chemistry, good dialogue, and it's a lot of, because all of the talents are like underdogs trying to make it big, right? So
even
I
yeah,
think,
Lou. Yeah, from
yeah,
Lou to even Mia, right?
yeah,
She wanted to
exactly,
be a
exactly,
designer, but
yeah.
she thinks, yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a lot of that, and actually, if anything, the kind of like the villain in this movie would be Mia Farrow's character, because she's she's the one that had the conflict with
Oh
Danny.
yeah.
She's the one that had, so, and but even then, I mean the movie is so wholesome that it's just easy. It's just, yeah,
It's just so
it's a
easy.
breeze to watch.
Yeah. Well, if someone talked to you, like if someone came up to you and say, "Oh, I heard you're doing this Woody Allen podcast. I wanted to start watching Woody Allen." Out of the first few films that you've watched, what are you gonna recommend? Like, what are you gonna tell this guy or girl? Like, um, the, for him or her not to be overwhelmed because you could say Annie Hall, but there's a very big chance that,
Interiors.
yeah, yeah, or interiors, right? There's a very big chance they're gonna freak out and say, what the hell is that? But out of all this, like, what would the Woody sampler be for you?
For me so far, this would definitely be one of them.
Yeah.
Manhattan actually would be
Mhm.
one of them as well. The only eyebrow raise worthy aspect of Manhattan is the fact that he was dating that.
Yeah, and with all the controversy
Yeah. That's the only thing.
surrounding, yeah.
And then I think the three would be the third one would be a toss up between Take the Money and Sleeper.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So you've got the light one, the
Yeah.
the gateway one. If you like the wit, if you like the humor, then you go to Manhattan. It makes a lot of sense, right?
Yep,
And
yep.
Manhattan is like, so far it's the fullest Woody Allen film.
Correct.
In
correct.
terms of substance. No, his
Yeah.
wit is there. The heaviness of the dialogue is there, but it still
Yes.
feels like a
It
like
has it
a
has a
great.
lot of
Yeah.
it has a lot of facets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you have the
but
comedy one.
of course, if
Yeah.
if you but if they're looking for like something probably a lot more deep in terms of like how films are made and experimental.
Yeah.
I would for sure show them like Zelig.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Zelig. What was that other one? What was
Stardust
that other
Memories?
one? Stardust Memories.
Too heavy for me. It's like, yeah, I mean, if you're talking to a like a Woody beginner, I wouldn't
Oh,
recommend
right,
Stardust Memories.
right. You're right. You're right.
But probably after watching a whole lot, and read, and if he or she gets the context of it,
Okay. Yeah.
here's a guy who was a celebrity and a big celebrity, and he gets thrown in this life, and this is his reaction to it. Then you show them Stardust Memories.
Stardust Memories.
Yeah. But Broadway Danny Rose it's a great beginner film for
Oh, yeah.
for Woody
Oh, yeah.
Allen. Yeah. If you're enjoying our discussion, another perfect companion for your Woody Allen film marathons is the Woody Allen Pages podcast at www.woodyallenpages.com.
It's a great resource for film by film details that would surely add to your Woody Allen viewing experience. So check them out.
Well, so far in the era of the 80s, I think this is the most lighthearted, the Broadway Danny Rose, and then it's followed by Midsummer Nights, and then Zelig, and
Yeah,
then
Midsummer
probably
Night's
the most
coming.
complicated would be Stardust Memories. So
Yeah.
far.
Yeah. So this is like the fourth film in the 80s, right?
Yes, correct.
But we haven't delved deep. Like it hasn't started yet. And in my opinion, our next film to watch is where it gets more interesting. It's The
Okay.
Purple Rose of Cairo, the first Woody film that I've watched. This is the film that got me into Woody. So it also features Mia Farrow.
wait
But
for that.
I'm not gonna tell you what it's about. He's not gonna research what it's about. I so look forward to how he's going to react to this film, because when I watched this film, and we're gonna talk about this in the next episode. When I
For
watched
sure.
this film, I was just like, wow, that's a very interesting concept. But Broadway Danny Rose. Last point before we start wrapping up this. I think it's a short episode because it's just like it's just this. It's like discussing a good romantic comedy. And, there's nothing much to dissect. There's nothing much to
Correct.
unpack.
It's
It was
very
just a good
straightforward.
experience.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
Yeah, you know the real um the real restaurant featured in this film that was a real place in New
Really,
York. Yeah,
really,
it was,
Carnegie's.
and it's one of Woody's favorite places. It closed down in 2016,
Oh,
and
that's
Woody
unfortunate.
was there. Yeah, Woody was there to eat one last sandwich because in this film, you remember there was a sandwich named after Danny Rose, right?
Yeah, yeah, the Danny Rose
That
special.
the ending of this film. Yeah,
Yeah,
the Danny Rose special. Well, the restaurant made a Danny Rose special and
really.
a Woody
A Woody
Allen
Allen's one.
sandwich.
Nice.
You know,
That
to
warms my heart. Like whenever
yeah,
restaurants do that, like name a sandwich for a certain influential person, or those just those random things that warms my heart. But it's just sad for them to
to
have
have
closed
closed it.
down.
But they were around for like years
I'm
and years
sure.
and years and years. It was a New York institution. But we're talking about like Woody Allen themed restaurants. Do you know that there's one kind of Woody Allen inspired place here in Hong Kong?
Really?
Yeah, I think it's in Kennedy Town. The place's name is Alvy's, supposedly after the Annie Hall Woody character.
Oh, really? Alvy's
Yeah,
in K Town?
yeah, in K Town,
Ah.
and there's a pizza there. If I remember correctly, there's one meal item named the La Di Da, which is the Annie Hall catchphrase, right? The La Di Da. Yeah. So
I think
that's
I've
it.
been here. I think I've been here. Alvy's.
Well,
Yeah, I
probably
have.
we should. Yeah, probably we should do a special there and show our listeners what
That's cool.
Alvy's was. It's like it's New
Oh,
York style diner, right?
you
You
know,
remember
you
that? Like
know,
it's
you know what? I was
yeah.
researching because I was struck when you said that Carnegie's closed.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, it's not.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Carnegie's
they have
in New
another
York?
shop. Yeah, because they have a just to. I mean, we're not sponsored by Carnegie's at all. But if you go
Yeah.
to Carnegie,
I wish.
but if you go to carnegiedeli.com, you'll see their website. It might be that it's a different business model now, but
Or different owners or something. Yeah,
probably.
but it says it's the taste of Carnegie Deli,
Yeah,
a taste of
yeah,
New York.
yeah.
Wow, this is. Oh yeah, right. They have a. Oh man,
Yeah.
this is. Oh, this I saw the Woody Allen sandwich. There's a because there's like a slide in here, right? The
Yeah,
sliding
yeah, yeah,
pictures.
yeah, yeah.
The I think the Woody Allen sandwich is the thick sandwich with like
A
slices
lot
of
of
like thick slices of beef. I think that's the Woody Allen sandwich.
nice.
Nice, right?
Man,
And they have
man, I
like
want.
a picture of the old Carnegie Deli in New York. Wow, that
Sorry,
is
we're going off tangent, but me just looking
no.
at these sandwiches.
Actually, we're not because like this is a heavy. It's like it's heavily featured in the film. So
Yeah, yeah.
this. Oh man!
But oh my god, look at
Wow.
how their sandwiches here. The corned beef sandwich is literally more corned beef than bread.
Yeah, right. It's like,
It's like what
oh
the
man!
hell? This sandwich is like $100. It's $100 sandwich. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, that's the Woody Allen sandwich. So probably
Really?
they're not marketing it as that now because of all the things,
Yeah.
but this is the Woody Allen sandwich. So oh my, we have to try this one. I mean, we have to like after the pandemic, we have to
Oh yeah. We
we
have to
have to
travel to
go
New
out
York.
of Hong Kong, travel and have a taste of
Yeah.
this one. Wow. Well, thank you very much, Broadway Danny Rose, for
introducing us
for
to.
redirecting us to this. This is awesome. I so but the original shop closed down.
I
Is
think
that
the
what
original
happened?
shop closed
Or is
down.
this just a or probably this is an online store now? Because I don't
Or
see
yeah,
a physical store,
probably, probably.
right? Like I
You're
don't
right.
see an address or something. But it's good to know. It's good to know that it still exists and people can could still, have a taste of this because it says we ship free nationwide. So it's now it's an online store now, but
I
it
think
exists.
they have a stand at the Madison Square
Uh-huh.
Garden.
Oh, all right. So it's still
They
very
have
New York.
just a stand in
Yeah.
sections 105 and 105, 106 and 219.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Okay.
so yeah, okay. Madison Square Garden, it's another like when you go to New York, you have to drop by Madison
Of
Square
course,
Garden
of
anyway.
course.
And it's we have to try this and we're going to get the Woody Allen sandwich and let's hope that this pandemic allows us to, but this is going to be a
To
great
travel.
great thing
That will be something.
to
That
look
will be
forward.
something. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. And maybe meet some of the
That
listeners.
will be
I think we have a lot of people listening in from the states, from the US. So if that
from the states.
happens
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
the
Yeah.
yeah, if that happens in the near future, then why not? Let's meet up and discuss
Yeah.
everything and all Woody
Of
Allen.
course. Yeah, that would be so sweet. And I think by that time you've already seen all 50 films.
Well, I hope it doesn't take that long.
Well, it's by my calculation. Well, we don't know. I mean, the United States is opening up a bit. Hong Kong is opening up a bit, so we really don't know. But let's
Mhm.
see where this pandemic takes us. But for
Yes.
now, I think that's it for Broadway Danny Rose. We have told the stories. We've discussed the sandwich. We've discussed Mia Farrow. We've discussed Lou Canova, and we've discussed Woody Allen. And the general verdict is this is a great film. It's lighthearted.
Mhm.
It's a very starter friendly. It's beginner friendly in the Woody Allen universe. But things are gonna get very very interesting from here. We've got Purple Rose of Cairo.
Purple Rose of Cairo
Another
next.
yeah, another film to look forward to is Radio Days, another one of my favorites. Of
Ooh.
course, Hannah and Her Sisters and Crimes and Misdemeanors. Those films all happen in the 80s, so just just stand by and watch how Q gets how how these films affect Q because
Okay.
I received an email. I've shown you that email, right?
I think
Where
so.
the reader said he's hooked with our show because he wants to see how you
My
evolve
my, my
as
evolution.
as a
I
film.
feel like a Pokemon
Yeah,
now.
as a film. Yeah. From Q, you're gonna be the next step in the evolution. I think once you get through at least Hannah and Her
I'm
Sisters
I'm
or something.
I'm trying to level up, guys. Help me. Help me.
Well, all right. I mean, Q has a meeting after this one, and we have to and we've had a wonderful time talking about Broadway Danny Rose and we've had a wonderful time talking about Broadway Danny Rose, and we'll see you next week.
See you guys.
That was today's episode of Woody Allen's Decades in Film, a podcast about the incredible filmography of one of the most prolific and most controversial filmmakers of our time.
Join us again next week for another deep dive on the art of Woody Allen.